Okay, come in. Let me make this quick video, right? Because I am driving, so you can say hello, but I will try not to look down to keep my eyes on the road. And I think that might interrupt me, but I am on a road that does have a lot of back traffic, so if my service goes in and out, that's why. But that's why I want to go live real quick because I'm not in a lot of traffic lights. So I wanted to make a recap on my video yesterday explaining the stimulus and how that would affect your taxes or your tax return for this year, right? If you receive stimulus for last year. Hello, good morning. Oh my God, are you all following Bitcoin? Man, that's like a praise break video, but I'll go live later this evening to discuss the breakdown of Bitcoin. And hope you got in when I was teaching about that earlier this year, right? So good morning to everyone coming in. I see Big Boy is in. Let me know if you all can hear me well. Again, I'm in my car, so um, let me know how the sound is. So good morning. I'm keeping my eyes on the road while I'm not in a lot of traffic. But going into the stimulus payment, right, and affecting your tax return, this is how this is going to work. Yesterday, I actually showed the newly updated 1040 form, and I was showing, I think, let me make sure I had this correct, lines 26, 27, 28, and 29, right? Well, on lines, I think it's 28 and 29. If not, Google the new 1040 form, IRS form for taxes, right? So just make a Google on that if I'm not correct, because I'm not looking at the form right now. But it's two things that form states: American, I think Recovery Act or American Tax Credit Act, right? Tax opportunity, and the other one is the rebate, credit recovery rebate, right? So I was incorrect on yesterday's video. Those are not the lines to put in if you receive the stimulus amount, right? Right. So those are not the lines to put in if you receive the stimulus, right? So I just want to make that clarification. The American credit recovery, if you have an eligible college student to claim taxes on, that goes in that line. Again, I think it's 28 and 29 for eligible tax credits for eligible college education, college student. And then the rebate recovery is for the people who did not receive a stimulus, who felt like they should have, right? So it could be in those situations if you put that you did not receive the stimulus in that line and you have not filed your taxes for the 2019 year, right? You will be prompted to file taxes. But I'm just saying, or maybe you did file taxes and you just have not received your stimulus. Well, that line is for people who did not receive a stimulus. Now, this is where I was correct on. Okay, you all said sound is good. Man, Bitcoin today, I'm telling you, I'm going to do another live stream, probably about 4 or 5 hours, whenever I finish doing what I'm doing now. But Bitcoin today is over 31,000, right? 31,000. So if you all would have got in at 6 or 7,000 level when I was educating about this, right? But anyway, got Columbus in. I can't look at it. Got Columbus in. All right. And so this is what's going on. Your earned EIC, earned income credit, and child tax credit, the CTC, that's on lines 26 and 27, I believe, of the 1040 form, right? This is where your advance payment came from, right? It's called advance tax credit. Your stimulus was an advancement payment from either your EIC, income credit, or CTC, child tax credit. And what is advance payment? Just the way it describes, a payment in advance, right? I explained it yesterday that if you are my employee, for example, and you're asking me for an advance payment on your 2 weeks pay, that means I'm paying you ahead of time. And so when the 2 weeks rotation comes around or pay period comes around again, you should not expect to pay during that pay time if I paid you in advance. Well, let me get my hand out. This is how your stimulus is going to work. You receive an advance tax credit. That stimulus is not income. They are correct. They're telling you partial truth. It is not taxable income, but it comes from your EIC or CTC section. So either it's coming from, if you are qualified for earned income credit, or if you qualify for child tax credit. That's why your stimulus payment is for people that's at a certain income threshold. So you got partial. They didn't lie to you. They just didn't tell you the big picture, right? Um, and so you will see a reduction if you receive the stimulus in those categories, right? You're going to see reductions of your child tax credit and or your earned income credit status if you receive stimulus payment, right? No free lunch, nothing is free. You just got an advancement called a stimulus ahead of time that's going to be reduced come tax time. Now, what does it mean that it's not taxable income? This is what it means. Just that. They're not saying it's income. They're taking it from those sectors. Now, this is what is taxable income, people. Your unemployment pay. Your unemployment pay. And why this makes a big difference for the people. Now, for some people, it won't make a difference, right? Especially if their unemployment was less than their job pay. So if they took a dip and the unemployment was less than what they were receiving from their job, right? I'm pretty sure they would rather have the higher pay, but it will actually put them in a lower income tax bracket, right? Now, for some people that earn are high income earners and they have business tax deductions, right? They don't want to be in a lower tax bracket. That doesn't matter to them because they protect their money, their high income. They have tax shelters, is what it's called, with business tax deductions, right? They have a business attached to their job income. Uh, a lot of them join me in a home-based business. But this is the thing. For people that were earning more money unemployed than they were on the job working, that's going to put them in a higher tax bracket, right? You're going to be in a higher tax bracket. You're going to have more taxable income, and you lost some of the EIC, CTC out of your tax refund. And what that means in simple layman's terms, you're going to see a shortage of your taxes, maybe from $2,000 to $3,000. So while some people, not all, were irresponsibly spending that money, they're going to see it in their tax return, right? They gave it to you in advance because of the emergency of the situation, and you took an advance payment and abused it. Again, let's go back to the you work for me scenario. You're my employee, right? I give you a job. You tell me you have an emergency situation. You have to pay, let's say, the light bill. Will I give you an advance payment? I said, sure. Right? I give you your 2 weeks payment today. You took that money. went bought a new television, went bought steaks, seafood, went on a shopping vehicle, went upgrade your vehicle, went on a shopping spree. And then when it comes time for your lights to come on, you come back to me, right, your employer, and say, Queen, I abused that money and I still need money for my light bill now. Oh, well, tough luck. Tough luck. Um, Hot Nine says money that's already been taxed and it's going to be taxed, right? What they don't tell you is the whole picture. They give you half of the picture. And someone asks, is it too late to buy Bitcoins? I always believe in buying low. I don't ever sell my Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset. People ask me about trading sometimes. Why would you trade an asset? Right? I don't, because if you trade Bitcoin, you're only going to get the cash, which is the US currency, which is cash money. So why would you trade your Bitcoin if you have Bitcoin to get a devalued dollar, right? The dollar is depreciating, is losing its purchasing power, is able to buy less and less, and it's the lowest yielding asset that there is at 0.03%, right? As far as its purchasing power, Bitcoin purchasing power, for example, has increased over 250% just for 2020 alone. The dollar has decreased since 1978. It has lost 98% of its purchasing power. I did a video on that, a live stream, actually showing the table and the graphics. So why would you trade an asset like Bitcoin? Bitcoin is not a currency, it's an asset, to get a devaluing or asset that's losing. Because cash is an asset, right? Cash is not trash because it can buy or purchase assets, but it's definitely not king, right? And so I don't trade it, I hold it. It's high right now. You know, you can look at it. I do advise you to look at it and monitor it. When I upload or in this video, you will see in the description 3 links. You can choose whatever platform you want to. Go back and watch my video from yesterday if you want to know the difference between the 3 platforms that I have, which are Robinhood, Coinbase, and Crypto.com. I break down all 3 differences of those, and I don't have time to explain it now. And at least you should do is watch it, so that if it does take a dip, which I don't think it's ever going to take a dip like it was at 2020, where it was at $6,000 or $7,000 at the beginning of the halving. That's another reason why Bitcoin is taking off this year, because what a halving means is that half of the supplies is cut in half of what's available. And they had another halving, right? That, and it happens every 4 years, where they limit the supply available. And now a lot of big companies, Mass Mutual Insurance, for example, right? PayPal have gotten in, have big banks. It's making it less affordable and accessible to the general public. So is it too late at the price that is set today to really get your bang for your buck? My answer is yes. However, there are other cryptos that are still at affordable prices, right? That you can still get into. You all have to understand that cryptocurrency and digital dollar is the future. Another reason why Bitcoin is thriving and doing well is because China does 65% of the mining, right? And China is in position to overtake the United States as the reserve currency, um, in the country. But again, I don't have time to go into detail and explain it. Let me read these comments, then I'm logging off as I put my gate code in. Creating currency that was valued more than the US dollar, but it was actually backed by gold. And the elite bankers of the world did not like that. They had, oh, wow. You're welcome. Look at my video from yesterday. I gave you platforms. And when I end this video, it's going to have 3 links. So you can choose between Robinhood, Coinbase, and crypto. All of them have their advantages. Like crypto.com, if you use my referral link, you get $25 US cash. If you use Coinbase, you get actual free Bitcoin. If you use the Coinbase link, and if you use Robinhood, you get free stocks, right? For sign up with Robinhood, Coinbase, and Robinhood are the most user friendly. However, with Robinhood, you're on an exchange, meaning that you don't really own the Bitcoin, and you want some type of ownership, especially if it hits 100,000, right? So you don't really own the Bitcoin. It's just on the exchange, but it is easier to liquidate on Robinhood. With Coinbase and Crypto.com, you can own them, right? You can have a backup wallet to help keep it secure. But Coinbase have some cryptos and altcoins that I invest in that Crypto.com doesn't, right? And Crypto.com have some gold-backed cryptocurrency that I invest in that Coinbase does. And Crypto.com offers you, I think, 4 different credit cards that you can earn interest on through Crypto.com. So I have all 3, right? I have all 3. All right, let me read this last one, then I'm logging off. Black should understand we black shouldn't be taxed. We are not taxable income. We are creative humanity. I don't know what you mean why black shouldn't be taxed. I don't really know what you mean by that. Everybody is taxed. It doesn't matter your skin color when it comes to the feds. But I tell people, if you want to be in a lower taxation, right, is that where your labor, where every time you get paid, the Fed is not taking a chunk of your labor on your check, the taxes, and then you need to convert yourself into a corporation. I explained it yesterday on my all right, last one. How much money did you lose during the housing crash in 2008? I lost about 1,000 on 401k because the banks chose to give it out to people with A1 loans, people who didn't have the credit to match. I'm surprised you didn't lose more than 1,000 out of your 401k. But this reset, Great Depression 2.0, people are going to lose more money out of their 401ks and pensions when the stock market crash, which is expected to come up again. Did you all know that the biggest stock market crash in history happened in March of 2020 while everybody was quarantined in the history of the world? Go and Google that. The biggest stock market crash in history happened in March, but people were so quarantined and housed up and masked up and focusing on the C word, right, that they went right over their heads. Another big stock market crash is expected to come this year. Hey, I'm signing off. You all stay subscribed. I'm in my destination. I will go live in about 4 or 5 hours. Have a great morning to you as well.